The following guided meditation was delivered during a one-on-one session that I had with an attendee. The attendee was struggling to find enlightenment. They claim that they've been working very hard to obtain this goal of liberation. And we all fall into this same trap, is that we think that we have to work towards something. That's just how we've been trained, that we have to work, we have to put effort in, and in that effort we obtain something. We attain an outcome, we attain a physical object, we conquer, we whatever it is that we put this effort in and we achieve something. But what self-inquiry is that it is the absence of doing. It's the absence of effort. And in that absence of effort, something arises out of that. And that which arises is everything that you're looking for in liberation. To be awakened, you can call it. And it's really nothing new. It's a remembering. Nothing new comes into existence. Reality is here. We are just uncovering it. So this guided meditation was directed at the time specifically to this attendee, but it really applies to everybody. It's the learning how to let go and what that means. And as you let go, you're experiencing something that comes out of that. And that's part of the learning process too. So as you let go, you obtain. It's totally opposite than what we're used to. Just think about it. What is obtained is stillness and silence. How can you put energy? How can you do stillness? How can you make an effort to obtain stillness? You can't. It's the relinquishing of effort and relaxing into self where the answer lies. So that's what this guided meditation is about, is pointing you away from the efforts in the practicing and the techniques or any methods or anything like that to obtain self-realization. You have to get rid of method. You have to get rid of practice. You've got to get rid of technique. And in that, you experience everything you've been searching for. Take care.
Yeah, so whatever is going through your mind, be it positive or negative, images, memories, just let that be as it is. For in non-duality, we don't deny reality. We don't deny what's going through our minds. It's just that we're not interested in it. We lose interest in what is happening in our minds. And that is done by just letting your mind be as it is. The same goes for your body. And any sensations or feelings that you're having within. Be being positive or negative. We just let them be as they are. The same goes for our perceptions, meaning taste and touch and smell, hearing. Whatever you're experiencing there, we just let them be as they are. Turn your attention to the absence of activity. For in the absence of activity, you are experiencing stillness. Stillness is accomplished in the absence of movement. So in the absence of activity and movement, something is gained. And that gain is stillness. Notice that it does not take a method to be still. Notice there's no technique to be still. So in the absence of technique and in the absence of method, stillness is experienced. So in the absence of doing, something is gained. And that something is stillness. Continue turning your attention to the actionless action of stillness. You cannot deny this experience of stillness, for you are experiencing it directly at this very moment. Notice that nobody does stillness. That you don't have to be present for stillness to be experienced. For who would do stillness? So in the absence of activity, in the absence of motion, in the absence of a practice, in the absence of a method, and in the absence of doing, and in the absence of a doer, stillness happens. Absolutely nothing has to be done for you to experience the quality of just being still. Yet, in this experience of stillness, in the absence of everything just mentioned, something still remains. Something is present. This presence is you, yourself. It is you, yourself, that knows stillness. All that's actually here is just presence. This presence is your being. Presence is being. There's no distinction between the two. And you, yourself, is this present being. Notice the absence of work involved to just be. In fact, any efforts of work whatsoever would move you away from being. Work would require something other than being. Work would move you away from the perfect stillness of being. There isn't somebody who has being. There's only being. And you are that. Notice being's beautiful qualities. It's boundless. It has no edges. It's borderless. Making it boundless freedom. You are boundless freedom. Notice that you, being, Do not resist anything. You are resistanceless. This resistanceless is total acceptance. Total acceptance is peace. This place of total acceptance, this place of you, is whole. It has absolutely no lack. It has no idea what lack is. This experience of you, this experience of the absence of lack, is the direct experience of total contentment. Because you are whole, you need nothing else. This experience of total contentment, this experience you're having of yourself at this very instant, is the definition of happiness. Happiness is the absence of seeking for something other than yourself. It's the end of seeking because you've realized that you are everything. Being everything being the one substance of everything, you do not understand separation. Yourself, your being, that which you are experiencing at this very moment has absolutely no idea what separation is. The definition of the absence of separation is total unity. And total unity is the direct experience of love. For self knows no other. It only knows the one love of itself. So in the absence of activity, in the absence of doing, stillness is experienced. And in that stillness, presence remains. And this presence is you. And you have beautiful qualities. In the absence of resistance, you are peace. In the absence of lack, you are happiness. And in the absence of separation, you are love. And you are experiencing this directly as yourself at this very moment. This is you. This is yourself. This is everything you've been trying to return to your entire life. It takes absolutely no effort to be yourself. You do not have to work on this because you are this. All it is remembering this. Yourself has never left you. You have never left yourself. You have been here for eternity with wide open arms, waiting for your own return. Go to yourself. Be yourself. And never, ever leave. You will never fail yourself. You never have. the more time that you spend in self-inquiry and you are experiencing yourself directly, the more familiar you will become with what self means and the experience of self relative to ego. And it will come to the forefront in your day-to-day life more and more until it literally becomes you, where you become yourself again. This is where true happiness abides. This is the greatest gift you can give yourself and to humanity. There is no other gift more noble than just being yourself. Feel free to keep your eyes closed as long as you'd like.